naglasio, gledali ste drugi dio, prilog Drift, na kom smo se našli i iskreno vam budem zaista uživali u svakom smislu te riječi, a vrijeme je da nastavimo dalje. Sa nam u studiju jedan poseban momak, pravo sa Kube. Steža, malo ćemo da koristimo taj engleski koji znamo, jeli, dragi gledalci, zašto da ne, kad ga već znamo, razgovarat ćemo o svačemu nečemu i sviđa mi se, mogu reći da sam nabavila dosta prijatelja sa Kube koji vrlo rado su u Beogradu i vrlo rado su sa nama. We're gonna transfer to English right now because with us today is Danilo Garcia. It's really a pleasure to have you here today.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me here.
It's a pleasure. It's all mine. So I wanted to ask you, what does bring you here to Belgrade?
Interesting question, actually. Yeah. The main reason was I was looking for moving abroad of my country. I wanted to have new experiences. And while I'm still young, you know, I will try to learn new places and that's it. And also the current situation in Cuba started to be a little bit complicated in order to really grow as a business, a professional working in my field. And it was the time, actually.
Yeah, it
was the time just for me to try something new.
Photography, since I'm gonna say this in Serbian, pričat ćemo o fotografiji, čime se i bavi ovaj momak i na mnogim nekim mjestima je već ostavio svoj pečat. Da li su u pitanju lokali, art, battle ili nešto treće i ozbiljnije kad su projekti u pitanju, on je svakako već uveliko tu. So I wanted to ask you about photography. Is that something that's your passion? That you wanna... I know about Cuba. I mean, I have a lot of friends that came from Cuba here. So I know what's the situation there. So we ain't gonna talk about that because everybody mostly know what's the situation in Cuba. Why are you leaving that beautiful country that's not really good place for possibilities for young persons? Let's say that like that. So what's the photography for you?
Well, first started, I am graduated from fine arts and I started my journey there. And photography came along just as a new tool, just to experiment with. And it became a really main thing because I discovered a lot of things in photography that I could do that in painting is another field. So photography opens a lot of opportunities of work and cooperation with other professionals, and it was really a good thing at the beginning. And then videography comes along with it, and I've been doing this since, I don't know, 12 years.
12 years?
Professionally, yeah.
What was your profession in photography? What was the thing or the things that you like to photograph? What did you start it with?
I started making portraiture at the beginning, portraiture and events. And for some reason I got involved in some music projects, and I would say that vast majority of my portfolio will be regarding musicians and music, and then I started just working with artists in general, making portfolio photos for them, documenting sessions, recording concerts, photographing concerts, studio photography for artists as well. So everything regarding the art, mainly.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So you come into Belgrade.
Yeah.
So what's happening to you when you came here?
Really, I would say this is one of the, I would say, more interesting experiences in my life because I was expecting while moving to Europe, you know, to Western Europe, like to have a really cultural shock. This is what you're expecting, and I don't know. It was so weird just to find so much like warmth and so many similarities about our people, despite the difference in culture because it's different in different countries. But people here the overall mentality, the way they approach to socialization is pretty similar to Cuba. So it felt like home to me. At least this is my experience. I really had a good experience. And that's it. Of course, I need to change a little bit when I start the photography here because I need to understand what's happening, how the market works. So I end up by working a little bit more towards the business and companies and restaurants and food photography and some events like our battle, for instance.
Yeah. That's beautiful because I must say something about Spanish, like the language and our language, it doesn't really matter because we are breaking the language barriers with what? Solo quiero decir que nosotros souls, similarities, I can see the similarities because your soul and our soul is not really different because we are the countries that have been through a lot.
Yeah.
Political this and that, the wars, the not having money, but like I think we're really similar when it comes to soul, when it comes to feel people, when it comes to smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have more rhythm than us, that's the truth. But I think we have like kind of the same soul.
Yeah, it's really interesting because in Cuban people, they are the people actually that you can meet first time and you can, okay, let's have a coffee next time.
Yeah.
And this happened here as well. Yeah. So for me it was like, okay, we just met and we can, I thought I would miss that. No, I have here too. People here is like, okay, let's grab a beer, and let's meet another time. And this is a good thing. Actually, the world needs more of this human contact, I would say.
Yeah, Cuban people are really special ones because always when I see Cuban people, I always laugh, I always smile. Me encanta eso because you can feel people move, you can feel people feeling good about them. I don't know, it's something about you guys just. So I'm talking good things about you guys.
Ti pričaš španski lepo.
Yo hablo español muy bien. I was living with Dominicans when I was in America.
Ah, great.
Dominican and Cuban, it's very different because Dominican people habla como eso, and Cubanas are really more like gentle. I can feel the language, the tongue going up and down.
It's a little bit softer, I would say.
And the Dominicana saying like diablo, and you were saying like perro, something like that, como eso. Pero it doesn't really matter because it's not a nice word. But of course, in every language, first you learn the bad word.
Yeah.
So, what about your Serbian?
Živim ovde 2 godine, ali ne pričam lepo, izvini.
Isto pričaš lijepo, priča bolje nego pojedini što pričaju srpski. You're speaking better than some Serbian people.
Ne. Svaki dan u autobusu čujem sve ljude kako pričaju i taj znam, to ja razumem. And that's it. I'm trying to get in because it's really a difficult language.
It is. I wanted to ask you that. It's not really easy to talk Serbian.
Padeži, it's difficult, and also, yes. The first thing is like, what is this? And also, I would say it's difficult as well because of the sounds. This is something I really like about Serbian.
You think like accent?
No, sounds. You have more sounds than Spanish has. When I first time I'm just like ch. What is this? For us it's that j. And it will, then when you're speaking, you are using all of them, and you can really understand each letter how it's been pronounced, like uchish. For me, it's like really interesting. It was like a totally new thing because in Spanish we don't have these different sounds in the same word.
In one word. I understand you. Like raščešljavanje. Look at that. Yeah. Now I got it. It's not really easy, but it doesn't sound difficult when you talk. But it's about the language, right? You need to listen to it.
Yes.
That's how I learned Spanish. I mean, in our country, every grandma in every house watched telenovelas when we were like little, and that's when you started. But those are like things like yo soy tu madre, yo no quiero nada contigo, tú eres muerto para mí, tú sabes. It's like that. But when you're like listening to other people speaking, it's that. Do you like the language though? Is it beautiful for you to listen Serbian?
Yeah, I would say that I like it. Actually, I feel sad that I haven't learned properly.
You just started.
Yeah, but that's my goal for this year.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Putting goals, but you're doing it really good, I must say. What about our food? It's different, but do you like it?
Yeah, a lot. I really like it. I would say actually it's really different, but I dare to say that there won't be any Cuban that doesn't like Serbian food. It's impossible.
That's beautiful to hear.
It's impossible.
I had one girl, she was talking about čvarci, she was talking about, I don't know, a lot of meat stuff. What do you like the most? What's the Serbian food or eating that you really like?
I like sarma.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Volim sarma.
Volim sarma.
Da. Pljeskavica.
Pljeskavica
Punjina.
svaka.
That's
Punjina. Gurmanska ide jako, razumiješ.
Yeah. Cevapi, of course. I mean, kaimak. You have so many variations of the milk. You know, like kaimak and the pavlaka, and it's great. I would say it's great. And you have really good cheese as well. And I haven't found, I would say, nothing that I really don't like.
That's awesome.
And I tried different things.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was in one of my friends, how do you call it, like, I forgot the name, Slava, and everything was super traditional there, and I liked everything. What to say?
Yeah, you would Slava, you were going to celebrating someone's Slava, right?
Yes.
Yeah, bio i na Slavi, mislim, molim lipo. That's everything about our culture, and I really love it that you like it. What's like the traditional Cuban meal that we can like really serve it here and people gonna like it?
I think most of the Cuban traditional meal you will like it. It's similar to Spanish food, a little bit with more Caribbean things.
Oh, I love Caribbean food. It's different than mostly Spanish food, right? Caribbean is spicier.
It's spicier. This is why we like so much Serbian food. I would say the only thing that would be different is like some elements that you cannot find here, like plantains, like it's like plátano burro. It's something we use. It's typically from there, and the way we do the meat is a little bit different. But we have arroz con gris, which is like typical traditional from Cuba, and yuca con mojo and pork.
You are really famous for pork. Preparing it of different like ways, like with beans, with this. And
exactly.
corn, right?
Also rice and beans. We mix them like rice and black beans. It's like. It's like every day.
Beautiful. I'm hungry now, though. So, Belgrade je veoma specijalan grad. Beograd je poseban grad. Belgrade, since I'm like from Montenegro, I came here like 8 years ago. So, Belgrade gave me a lot of possibilities, a lot of things. And I really must say, from all the cities in the world I have been, Belgrade is really something else. So, how do you look at Belgrade as a city? Like, I'm talking about people, architecture, the weather, the feeling that this city can give you, the differences, the diversities of the culture. So I really want to hear you about Belgrade.
Good you mentioned that. First, I remember when I first arrived here, it was actually not 2022, it was 2021, December. So my first encounter with the city was around 4 degrees, you know. I mean, think about Cuba. Cuba is basically eternal summer. Our winter is like 16 degrees. So first time feeling really winter was here, and the good thing is like how the city changed. I arrived, and then 1 week later everything was frozen, and this is totally new. And then I just start walking around the city, and then when spring comes, it's like the city is really changing, and I remember the first sensation, feeling how the cold is going, and all the ice is melting, and then flowers, and the city is bringing to life. It's coming to life because you see all the terraces and all the people in the streets again, like having a beer or a coffee. It's really something unique. I really love it. I like change. How you see the city changing through the seasons is amazing.
That's beautiful. You said something. Nobody has definition about this. I haven't heard nobody talking about Belgrade this way. It's changing the matter of the season. That's beautiful.
You feel that the city is alive. Many people say, but you have the summer. The whole year is summer, and but nothing changed, So you get used to it, and it's the same thing. So this way you get to miss the next season, So it's really, you feel like the city is alive. I really like it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, Belgrade is kind of like New York of Europe, because Belgrade is living like the whole night and the whole day.
Yeah.
What about the people? Do you like us as people, our soul and everything that we represent?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my first friends here, they really made it easy for me and for my wife when we came. We stayed in a hostel before we found a rent or something. And the owner of the hostel and some of his friends, we were like, okay, let's hang out and go to the center of the city just to have a concert, to see a concert, to watch a concert. And I was like, cool. So it was so like, I know you from before, here. And do you know Rakia?
Energy.
Do you know Rakia?
I just wanted to ask about Rakia. Nobody said no to rakia, though.
No. And okay, you will know it now. And then he just serves rakia and a beer. You need to do this.
You need to have the balance, of course, rakia and beer.
Yeah.
I have to ask you this. Tequila, rakia. Can we
No, rakia.
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 Tequila, who? I love it. Do you have your favorite? Do you like Shiva? He's a simple man, though. Jednostavan čovjek. Rakija. Volim rakija.
Da, volim rakiju.
Ja isto. We need to drink rakia next time we came here, but we are working now. So what about the projects and the things you are doing here, and how people can call you for like photography or something? What have you done from now? Naša draga režija će da malo prečačka Instagram koji je vezan za ovu priču koju trenutno pričamo o njegovoj fotografiji, i kako možete da angažujete upravo da možda radi nešto što vas interesuje ili za vašu kampanju ili što god. Zapravo da birate da radite. So what have you done for now in Belgrade? What was the campaigns and projects that you have done?
Yeah, okay. Mainly locals, businesses, and photography and video for social media, some advertisements. I don't know, somehow things get connected to each other. One satisfied customer brings another one.
Yeah.
And usually I
talk that talk, you know?
Yes, exactly. And also I tend to make long cooperations with my clients normally because I really give up some value. It's not just to sell a photo and a video and that's it. Because the idea will be also for the person really to get used to having this this quality, but also it's a useful resource for creating the like main photo menus or documenting the experience they're creating. In the case of Art Battle, so I usually do it like that. I keep the same clients, I would say, from the beginning, and they are just recommending to somebody else. The language is a barrier for me a little bit, but fortunately, so far, I mean, most people here in Belgrade speak English, so it's
we do.
This is one of the reasons I haven't really tried harder with the Serbian because at the end is functional English as well. And this is how, basically, through social media and through
people can see what you are doing. Here we are at your Instagram, so people can find you there. So what was the things you want to do? Was something that you really want to do here with the photography? Do you want to still do portraits? Are you still doing it? Are you preparing maybe something one day to have your own show?
Well, I haven't think about it, but I actually would like to do more of portrait sessions and also probably things regarding the music and art part, because I really enjoy that part.
Since we're talking about art, this is all art battle that Željka did this too, so we can thank Željka for that. So we need to talk about art battle, to mention art battle. Do you like something like that, and do you think there needs to be more shows like that for art and for all the people from art? It's not really just the painters, it's you photographers, it's the people who are filming it, it's the people who are there to buy it, it's the people who are there to maybe sing, dance, or whatever. So do you think this kind of things are really important for art here?
I think yes, I think it is, and it's really great that you mention it, because there are many young artists that they are just starting. So a really complicated thing for a young artist is where to go, what to do to get noticed, of how to show my work, and this could be a really, and also you say it, it's a connection point for musicians, because I've seen the audience. Sometimes they are just colleagues of the painters, and sometimes they're musicians. They want to get involved on all these projects. They are multi functional, and it's not just like a painting or, as you say, or
multimedia. Person,
and this is a good chance for a lot of artists that to have exposure, but also to socialize. This is how big projects born. When people get to socialize, I think everything starts from there, and this could be a good example of it. And of course, more would be even better for our community, but also for the people that they are not so into the thing, because they will have the chance just to get involved in some other experience. I think
So what about your plans? You're planning definitely that Belgrade is going to be your destination, right? This is your home. Can we say it like that for now?
Yes, and I think it will be. I'm totally sure that it will be, actually.
That's so beautiful. So what are your plans for now? Are you doing some projects? Are you planning to do something else?
Yeah, I'm currently working with the main clients I have to these 2 years, and I'm planning to start making a few more like independent stuff regarding video. I had the opportunity just to participate in one event here 1.5 years ago with the Nikon store here. They create a campaign, so you create like personal storytelling video, and this really moved me because I get to meet people from the city, and went to different places of the city, and then I have so much like I can film and shoot here. So I'm pointing in that direction now.
That's beautiful. And so you're staying here. Can we say that Belgrade is a place of art and culture?
Yes, especially of culture and history as well.
Yeah, it is beautiful. Have you been to Serbia, or are you gonna do it in someday? Because Serbia has a lot of beauties, regardless Belgrade.
Yeah. I've been only in Novi Sad, Panževo, Paraćin, and Belgrade so far.
Ti znaš srpski dosta, realno ti znaš, ti si već naučio.
Samo malo.
Enough, I must say. So it's really beautiful for you for sharing your art and love for Belgrade. I love što voliš rakiju i sarmu. Čovjek koji voli rakiju i sarmu ne može da bude loš čovjek prije svega. And thank you for this conversation with me. I think it's really important to break the barrier of language. And I mean, we are both speaking multiple languages, kind of, yeah. And it's really beautiful. I think when you have that capacity to do it, you need to use it. Like, you need to talk to people and to listen and to learn. But I mean, let's say for life, for the end, what's life for you, and how do you enjoy to live it? And is it all love? Let's say it like that.
Yeah, I love balance.
Balance
and
is
this
important.
is something I have here, I would say. I really, and I see people here pursue to have this balance as well. I made a small trip to over Europe just to visit some friends last year, and I got to compare, because I stay a few days with some of my friends and walk around the cities and everything. And then when I came back, I was like, yeah, this is missing in all these places. You know, like people here, they pursue and they protect their balance. I like how people here take the time just to go to Kalemegdan with the kids and just stay there and you know, in the sunset and having the time with a friend. This is really important, and I like to have that too.
That's beautiful.
Work and enjoying life.
Life.
Two things, I think they go together.
Thank you for being my guest today. It was my pleasure.
Thank you for having me
Thank
here.
you for voliš rakije i sarma. I love that. We're gonna see each other more, so this is just the beginning.
Da, i sljedeći put pričamo srpski.
Tako je, sljedeći put pričamo srpski. Najjači je na svijetu. Hvala ti na ovome. Idemo na reklame i nastavljamo našu dragu emisiju NERED i volimo sarmu i rakiju.